Hello and welcome. In today's walkthrough, we will highlight some of the exciting features that we are adding to the 2023.3 version of Typhoon Hill Control Center. First, we will show you enhancements to improve the way you interface with CAN bus components, which will now allow you to use any of the two CAN-FD controller channels to establish regular CAN communications. We will also shed light on the integration of the Open Charge Point Protocol, or OCPP, within our platform. We will show you the upgraded PWM modulator component, which now allows you to select a sawtooth carrier signal. We also demonstrate how you can use Precision Time Protocol, or PTP, for remote synchronization when using IEC61850 sampled values protocol. And finally, we introduce you to the new Hill Connect interface component, which is set to improve the way you interface between simulated models and hardware device I/Os. You see that now interfacing is as easy as a few simple steps. Let's start. The Hill 606 device offers 4 distinct CAN communication channels, as featured in the CAN pinout. CAN 0P and CAN 0N, CAN 1P and CAN 1N, CAN FD 0P, CAN FD 0N, CAN FD 1P and CAN FD 1N. With the 2023.3 software release, you can now use the CAN FD communication channels to set up a regular CAN bus communication. When you look at the mask of any of the communication libraries CAN bus receive, CAN bus send, or CAN bus setup components, when the appropriate Hill device is selected, you see that it provides the option to also select any of the two CAN-FD controllers. As always, you can continue using the set of CAN-FD components to establish a CAN-FD communication. However, keep in mind that while the CAN-FD communication channels are available for both CAN and CAN-FD communications, these channels cannot serve both communication protocols simultaneously. With this change, we aim to expand your possibilities for controller area network interfacing. Open Charge Point Protocol, often referred to as OCPP, establishes a standardized language for communication between electric vehicle charging stations and central management systems, or charging network operators. In this release, we've introduced a streamlined Python wrapper script designed to facilitate the use of the OCPP protocol within your platform. This Python-based script, which can be easily deployed within the appropriate SCADA interface, shows how to simulate a central system with OCPP server-side to control and test EV chargers that also run OCPP protocol. For your convenience, this script, along with an in-depth explanation of its integrated features, is readily accessible in our comprehensive knowledge base. Furthermore, with the introduction of this update, we've ensured that all the required libraries are now seamlessly integrated within the Typhoon Hill installation. This means they are already available for use and eliminates the need of any separate installation, optimizing our workflow. We are excited to announce an upgrade to the PWM modulator component. In addition to the existing triangular carrier signal, we now offer the option to select a sawtooth carrier signal. While you can generate the sawtooth signal utilizing the other signal processing components, the PWM modulator component offers a key advantage. It directly generates the carrier signal from the FPGA instead of the ARM CPU that most signal processing components utilize, leaving those critical resources for other parts of your model. This enhancement should be particularly beneficial for those who intend to work with high-frequency modulation using sawtooth carrier signals. Precision Time Protocol, also known as PTP, is now available for remote synchronization of the IEC61850 sampled values protocol. This feature is compatible with 4th generation devices. In our communication library, the sampled values folder under the IEC61850 category contains all the necessary components for establishing this communication. To activate this feature, navigate to the SV Publisher mask, choose the ASDU tab, and set the synchronization mode to remote. It's crucial to note that using PTP as your time synchronization source requires activation in the .ini configuration file of your Hue device. Once PTP is activated, it automatically becomes the default remote synchronization source, taking precedence over other synchronization sources. You can use the time synchronization status component from the signal processing library to check the status of the Hue device synchronization. By introducing this feature, we are glad to offer enhanced capabilities in process bus testing. We are making it even easier to interface between simulated models and hardware device I/Os that are connected via Hue Connect device, with the new Hue Connect interface component available in the Hue Interfaces library. In the Hue Connect interface component properties, you'll notice 9 tabs. The first tab is dedicated to Hue system parameters, where you can choose your Hue Connect configuration, such as the universal configuration or a specific configuration. If you opt for a specific Hue Connect configuration, a fresh field will appear where you can input the unique configuration code related to your specific Hue Connect hardware configuration. This code denotes the I/O cards housed within each of the 8 available card slots, from A to H in your Hue Connect device. When you click Apply, the tabs corresponding to the 8 slots will update to reflect the I/O card types specified by your configuration code. Finally, you can browse through the slot tabs to configure the connectors and pins to your preference. With this component, the task of managing I/O mapping between the Hue device and the Hue Connect device is highly facilitated, and you don't need to worry about the scaling of analog output signals because it's already handled behind the scenes for you. In this video, we've shown you the main idea behind the new features that we are introducing with the 2023.3 software version and how to access them to ensure you can make the most out of them. Don't forget to engage with us in the comments below. Your feedback is very, very important to us. And do share this video with your network. Let's spread the knowledge. Thanks for watching.
Check the video description for more resources on this topic, including how to download and get started with Typhoon Hill Control Center for free. You can also visit Hill.Academy to access free courses, expand your Hill testing skill set, and get certified. Subscribe to our channel to get notified about new content.